Welcome to Golden Aging Health. Have you ever wondered if you're doing things that quietly push people away, but no one dares to tell you? As we get older, we often settle into certain habits. Some of them are comforting, even wise. But others, they can turn into blind spots. You might think you're just being yourself, but the truth is, the people around you notice. And while they may not say anything, those habits can quietly affect how they perceive you, maybe even to the point of making them avoid you. In today's video, we'll uncover 12 ugly habits you might be doing in old age that can make people not just avoid you, but actually hate you. These habits can damage your relationships and chip away at the dignity and respect you've earned over a lifetime. But don't worry. Most of these habits are completely fixable. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look out for and how to carry yourself with more confidence, grace, and respect in your later years. If you're enjoying these insights and finding them helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us create more content that's designed to empower and inspire you. And make sure to click the bell icon so you never miss a new video. Your support means the world to us. Let's dive in. 1.
Neglecting personal hygiene. One of the first habits that people around you will notice, but rarely mention, is neglecting personal hygiene. And I'm not talking about major neglect. I'm talking about the little things that can add up over time. Maybe it's wearing clothes that look like they've been on for a few days, or hair that hasn't been brushed in a while. Fingernails that are a little too long, or a faint odor that lingers a bit too long after you leave the room. It might seem small, but these things speak volumes about how you care for yourself. And here's the thing, when you stop taking care of yourself, others start treating you differently, even if they don't say it. They might sit farther away, shorten their visits, or even stop initiating hugs. Why? Because they pick up on the message that you've given up a little, that perhaps you don't value yourself the way you once did. This doesn't mean you have to wear designer clothes or put on perfume every day, but a fresh shirt, clean hair, and trimmed nails go a long way. It tells the world, I'm still here, I still care, I respect myself and you. The truth is, people respond to your energy before they respond to your words. When you take care of yourself, it invites others to treat you with the same warmth, kindness, and dignity. And that's the kind of energy that strengthens relationships and elevates your presence. Now that we've covered how personal hygiene can affect how you are perceived, let's move on to another habit that often comes with age, the way we speak. As we get older, some of us feel like we've earned the right to speak our minds freely. But sometimes our words can unintentionally create distance between us and the people we care about. Let's dive into how speaking without a filter can impact your relationships.
2. Speaking without a filter. As we age, something curious happens. Our inner filter, the voice that once said, "Maybe don't say that out loud," tends to fade away. We may start to speak our minds more freely, feeling as though we've earned the right to say whatever we want. While this might feel liberating, the people around you often feel differently. What you may think is honesty can sometimes come across as harshness. It's easy to think that being blunt is simply a sign of speaking your truth. But in reality, it can hurt more than help. Maybe you've caught yourself commenting on someone's appearance, weight, or choices, thinking it's just honest feedback or a harmless joke. But here's the truth. Honesty without compassion often sounds like criticism. And the people on the receiving end, they may not tell you how it made them feel, but they'll start pulling away. They might stop inviting you to gatherings or take shorter calls. They still love you, but they're trying to protect themselves from the sting of those words. The key here is to pause before speaking and ask yourself, is this helpful? Is it kind? The wisdom that comes with age is invaluable, but when wrapped in kindness, it's far more impactful. So remember, if you wouldn't want someone to say something to your loved one, maybe hold back from saying it to someone else. Being direct doesn't mean being harsh. It means speaking with thoughtfulness and empathy. When your words are wrapped in respect, people will not only listen, they'll truly hear you. Before we move on, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever noticed how your clothing choices make you feel? Do you think dressing in a certain way has changed how people treat you over time? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to read your experiences. Now that we've touched on the impact of our clothing, let's discuss something many of us don't even realize we're doing: interrupting or dominating conversations. While it comes from a good place, this habit can unintentionally drive people away. Let's explore how it affects your relationships. 3. Criticizing the younger generation. One of the most common habits as we get older is criticizing the younger generation. It often starts with simple observations like, "Back in my day, we used to talk face to face, not stare at screens," or "These young people don't know the value of hard work." While it might seem like harmless commentary, over time, these remarks can create a divide between generations. What we don't realize is that constantly criticizing younger people, whether it's their values, the way they live, or how they handle challenges, can make us seem disconnected, judgmental, and even bitter. Take Marie, for example. She's 70 and often finds herself shaking her head when she sees her granddaughter, Emma, spending hours on her phone. "Back in my day, we spent time with people face to face, not glued to screens," she'd say, laughing it off. At first, Emma would shrug it off, thinking her grandmother was just being old-fashioned. But over time, she started feeling uncomfortable. Whenever Emma tried to share something exciting, like a new app she discovered, Marie would comment, "Kids these days don't know how to have a real conversation." Slowly, Emma stopped bringing up things that mattered to her, feeling like her grandmother couldn't understand her world. This constant criticism can make younger generations feel rejected, like their experiences and perspectives are invalid simply because they don't align with ours. It creates emotional distance, and instead of connecting, we unintentionally push people away. What Marie realized over time was that instead of critiquing, she could approach Emma's world with curiosity. She decided to ask Emma about what she was learning online, and found herself amazed by the passion and creativity Emma had in her photography projects. By shifting from criticism to curiosity, Marie not only deepened her connection with Emma, but also gained a new appreciation for her world. So, next time you feel the urge to criticize, ask yourself, would this push us further apart or help us understand each other better? It's a small shift, but it can make all the difference. 4. Sharing too much about health problems. As we age, it's natural to experience more health challenges. But one habit that can unintentionally drain the energy from your relationships is sharing too much about your medical issues. It might start as a casual mention of a new diagnosis or a recent doctor's visit, but when these conversations become the main topic, they can overshadow the rest of what's going on in your life. Constantly talking about your health or medical struggles can make the conversation feel heavy and one-sided. People love you and want to support you, but
but they also want to connect with you beyond just your health updates. They might feel overwhelmed, unsure of how to respond, or even helpless, especially if they can't fix what's wrong. Instead of feeling like a conversation, it starts to feel more like a waiting room, one where people just listen without knowing how to help. This habit can lead to a quiet emotional distance. Family members, especially younger ones, may begin to shy away from conversations or avoid spending time with you, not out of disrespect, but out of exhaustion. They might not know what to say, and they can feel helpless when they can't solve the problems you're facing. To change this dynamic, try focusing on balance. Yes, it's important to share what's going on with your health, but also ask about the lives of others. Talk about the things that bring you joy, what you've been reading, or a funny story from the day. When you do share your health concerns, keep the conversation brief and always balance it with other topics that foster connection. People want to engage with you as a whole person, not just someone who is defined by their health challenges. By shifting the focus from constant complaints to more balanced conversations, you'll not only feel lighter, but you'll also encourage others to engage with you in a more meaningful way. I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever found yourself talking more about your health than you intended? How do you feel when conversations focus mainly on health issues? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your experiences. Now that we've talked about how focusing too much on health can create distance, let's discuss a habit that can make it even harder to connect with others: holding on to outdated beliefs. As we get older, it's easy to become set in our ways, but refusing to embrace new perspectives can make us seem rigid and unapproachable. Let's explore how this affects our relationships, especially with younger generations.
5. Stubbornness with outdated beliefs. As we age, it's natural to feel a sense of pride in the beliefs and values we've carried with us throughout our lives. These are the principles that have guided us, shaped our decisions, and given us a framework for understanding the world. But the truth is, holding on to outdated beliefs, especially when they no longer serve us or the world around us, can create distance, not just between us and others, but between us and the future itself. You might find yourself saying, "That's just how it is," or "People these days are too sensitive." These phrases, though familiar and comforting, can unintentionally turn us into a barrier to connection. The world has changed. Technology, social norms, and even the way we communicate evolve with each generation. When we refuse to consider new ideas or perspectives, we risk becoming stuck in the past, like a ship refusing to sail beyond familiar waters, even as the tide moves forward. This stubbornness, though unintentional, can create emotional distance with those around us, particularly younger people. They might begin to feel that we aren't open to their views, or that we dismiss their experiences. What starts as well-intended advice or old-fashioned wisdom can come across as a rejection of their lived reality. Instead of fostering understanding, we unintentionally build walls. But here's the power in aging with grace, embracing the wisdom of our years while being open to the newness that each generation brings. It's not about abandoning the values that have served us, but rather adapting them to a changing world. When we listen to younger generations, not with judgment, but with curiosity and a willingness to learn, we create space for real connection. Imagine the impact of saying, "Tell me more about how you see the world," instead of, "I don't understand why you think that way." This shift in mindset isn't just about accepting change, it's about embracing it with an open heart, showing the world that even as we grow older, we remain in tune with it. The most beautiful part of wisdom is that it isn't rigid, it's flexible and ever-evolving. The willingness to reconsider our beliefs and adapt doesn't diminish us. It enriches our lives, deepens our relationships, and allows us to keep learning, growing, and truly connecting with others no matter their age. In the end, the best legacy we can leave behind is not one of stubbornness, but one of curiosity and openness, where every conversation becomes an opportunity to learn and every relationship is a chance to grow.
As we've explored today, these small, often unnoticed habits can silently shape the way we connect with the world around us. The truth is, aging doesn't have to mean disconnecting from others or getting stuck in old ways. Instead, it offers us an incredible opportunity to reflect, grow, and create deeper, more meaningful connections. By becoming aware of the habits that may push others away, whether it's neglecting self-care, speaking without a filter, or holding on to outdated beliefs, we open the door to change. And this change doesn't require perfection. It simply requires the willingness to look at ourselves with compassion, to adjust, and to approach life with curiosity and grace. Remember, it's never too late to shift how we move through the world. Every small change we make not only impacts how others see us, but also how we see ourselves. So let's continue to grow, learn, and embrace the beauty of life at any age. Because in the end, it's not about being perfect. It's about showing up with dignity, with respect, and with the understanding that we are always capable of evolving. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with someone who might need to hear this message today. Drop a comment below and let me know which habit you're most ready to change. Let's keep the conversation going and continue to learn from one another. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.